because I want to check a couple of things with you, right?
Okay.
So, like this, can I share my screen?
You can share your screen, yes?
Okay. Okay. You should be able to see it now. Just a second, the screen is loading.
Yes, I can see.
Okay, awesome. So I share with you two files, right? One is in regards of mindset and how to deal with this stuff. Now, what's the reason behind this? Not because I think that you are struggling with mindset specifically, right?
It's
No.
necessary.
Yeah, but just because I want to like plant the seeds, because now it's easier to don't have like mindset issue because we are not asking for money to people. From
Yes.
now, we need to ask for the money because otherwise we can't make any money, right? So when you start asking for the money, this is when sometimes, people start freaking out, right? So I shared this with you from the day one. This is something that was super, super helpful for me, right? So that's why I wanted to share with you. First, second, let me check. I already checked this video. So let me tell you my comments, right? Because I already see 2, 3 different opportunities, right? Now, it's true that we only have our call today, like for this week, to discuss for this offer, but you know me, Grove, right? The most important thing for me is that we can help you. I can personally help you to make way more than $2,000 per month consistently.
Thank you. And
So
I also thought we are in the support hub. If I have anything, I could just type it there, so it doesn't have to end just in the call here.
yeah, but at the same time, I don't want to be. Let me put it this way: I want to make sure that you can profit 300% from the call, right? So let's see how it goes. Because if we can create the offer right away, right now, today, this is amazing. If I need to use this time just to gather information and then make some research, take some extra time for you to offer you what's my idea, a couple of options, I will do this for you, right? So we are not in a rush.
I
Then,
added some. Maybe you did before the call. I added a lot of things in the bottom of the document.
yeah, I saw that. So what I like about you is that you are very, very detailed, like everything. So this is good, awesome.
I
So
just want to make sure that there's nothing left out, and I think I wrote down everything. It's basically everything that I did in the past is I wrote it down, and yeah, that's it.
awesome. Now, so this is the thing, right? We don't know what to sell, okay? So when we don't know what to sell, when it's not clear what problem we fix for people, we can't help them, right? So of course, we don't want to ask for the money because we don't know what's the goal of trading the money, right?
Yeah.
Because generally, we just do this little explanation here, right? So, um,
Is my volume too loud? Is it okay?
no, it's perfect.
Is it
I
okay?
think it's perfect.
Okay.
Yeah. So, generally, this is the thing, right? So, people are here, right? Because they are struggling with something, right? So they have a pain. Now, your offer, right? Your offer is the bridge that can bring them from L Island. You already heard about this. From the pain to the outcome,
Yeah.
right? Okay, so we know this already. Now, what's the thing? We just need to understand what problem can we solve, right? Our goal is not to make $2,000 per month. This is the last thing, right? The goal is to understand what problem can we solve for people. Because the bigger the problem, right, the bigger the paycheck. And the more specific we are, because for example, let me tell you, like, let's make an example out of the blue, like this, like super quick. Let's say that you can help find the right investment to a random South African investor, or let's say that you are the expert in helping corporates, businesses to invest in South Africa. It's different, right? So corporates, big businesses, they will trust more Grove than the best real estate investor in South Africa. Why? Because you are only focusing on the bigger fish, right? So our goal today and this week, let's say, because that's why we decided, me and Blake, to have this call with me right now, and then the call for taking action right after, right? Because generally what we do is one call the first week, and then the second call is after on the third week, right? But we want to make sure that we can leverage the momentum and we can help you take action right away, right? Now, let's go back here. Is it clear that our goal is to understand what problem can we solve? I think so.
Yes.
Now, okay. Now, let's go through a little bit on what you said here, right? Now, when I ask for your experience, it's just to understand if we can already leverage the knowledge they already have, the credential, the authority, maybe testimonial, or, you know, the experience that you already have, right? Because of course, if you want, we can also sell, I don't know, weight loss programs for busy entrepreneurs. You can do whatever you want with it, right? So we can 100% choose what we want to do, like what problem can we solve for people. At the same time, we have two options, the easy one and the slow one. I don't want to say the hard one.
Yeah.
Because the easy is where we already have, that's why I asked you here, if we have an audience, or if we have a lot of people that are following you, that are listening to you, right? Because of course, if you have Facebook group, for example, with 2,000 people or 4,000 people, right? Or whatever it is, it's easier to do something with those people instead of just, hey, from now on, I'm a tax expert helping South Africans save money when they do their tax check at the end of the year, right?
That's
something from scratch.
I was going to say those are Facebook business pages, so they're not groups. I had that long before I even knew groups existed, and I only learned basically about groups when I joined 6FA. A month or so in 6FA, I only learned about groups. So yeah, I don't even know about it.
Yeah. So, after taking a look to all the things that you have, I have two questions. The first one is, I see that you have a mail list and you have people subscribe to your channel, people that are watching your videos, right? If you were to say, what kind of people are they? What would you say?
They are people that are into guns, rifles, hunting. I would think they are not they're not other estate agents. I mean, they may be. There may be some. I think I've been watched by other estate agents as well. They've. Can I give you an example of what of a problem that I feel that I had was, is I had, for example, a property, a farm. I'll use a specific one, close to where we live. I negotiated. It was a certain price. I got the price lower from the seller, a better price, and then another agent came to and sold the property for a higher price. But the buyer I spoke with the same buyer, with that person. She was saying to me, for example, her budget is €100,000. And then she went out and bought something for €300,000. But I knew about her. She knew about, I spoke with her previously, but I didn't notice, I don't say my communication, I think, was not in a way that she would have noticed me, and it was before I started using a mailing list. So I think that's why I got the idea to have a mailing list, because people, the people in the list that I have there, they were people that actively participated, that clicked on the mail and read the mail. So the 460 people or so, and that's why I also thought, if you want to build a business, something, your mailing list is an asset. So if I want to sell my business someday, what do I have to sell? I mean, if I just do this and I've got knowledge, but I don't have an asset that's generating money from that. Okay, you know what I mean. I'm gonna say anymore.
This makes total sense. So my next question is, if we have to define the audience that you already have, like, I think that we have different percentage. I think we have different percentage, right? I think that few of them, like a percentage of the audience is investors. Other people are real estate agents. Is this correct?
There may be some real estate agents. Yeah, I've got no clue. But I spoke to a guy a couple of days ago. He was in the other, like hundreds of kilometers from me, and he said to me, he noticed that I'm not posting any videos anymore. Why? So I thought, wow, how the hell? He asked me why. I've never spoken to the guy. It was the first time I've ever spoken to him. Anyway, all I know about my audience, how I didn't even ask somebody. I thought my audience, the people that are the 1% of the 1% wealthy. So I thought I would describe them. There's 2,000 people in South Africa that can buy what I advertised. That's how I felt about it. I never asked anybody. I just got the idea.
Mm-hmm. And if you have to say like 80%, 20%, 70%, 30%, what would you say is your audience? Like 70% investors, 30% real estate agent, or roughly?
I would say majority investors, leisure investors. So the properties that I advertise, it's luxury commodities. It is like it's a thing that the person buy when he's reached the pinnacle of his career. It's his dream from his 10 years old until when he's 45 or 50, he goes out and buys this thing. It's like probably somebody buying a sail yacht or something. Okay, I've said enough.
Okay. What's this thing? Like, is it a property? Like, is it commercial property, or it's more like a land?
It's a hunting ranch. So it's, for example, give you an example. It's 300 hectares with a nice house on it, electricity, all the wild animals included. I mean, if you've watched one of my videos, if you watch one, you might find it entertaining. That is exactly what people would buy. It's a luxury item. It is. I call it. It's like a pit of. It's an expensive hobby. It's like a person who's got to go on a racetrack, owns a Ferrari and goes to the racetrack and spends all his money on that. All his disposable money goes onto that thing, and this is the same with this property. So if people get into financial trouble, then they tend to sell this first. But my buyers, the people that buy, are usually cash buyers. So they are people that they don't, they have no mortgage or whatever you call it. They just pay. If it's $1 million or $2 million, they buy it with cash, just bank transfer, sign the papers. Okay, so it's it's a luxury item, and the buyers buy it because it's a dream come true.
Okay. Okay. And generally, like on average, what's the price of these hunting ranches, and what's your commission?
Okay, the prices. Um, the prices are the ones that sell easy. That's is about three. I mean, it's going to sound very low when you think about it in euro, but let's say, not to confuse you, 320,000. It's 3.5 million South African rand. That's about 300. Let's say it's about 250,000 euro. But for that 250,000, you buy 250 hectares with house, with animals, everything, lock everything on it. So
Okay. Okay. So the average price is around 300,000.
yeah, for that my commission would be about 6,000 euro, something like 7,000. Let's see.
Okay, 60%.
It's higher. It's 5%. Its commission is 5% plus VAT, value added tax. So let's say commission is just 5%. I get 5% for the commission.
Okay.
And I get actually much less than that because I've got a so-called partner, a principal, whatever you call it, and he takes a lot of my money. He takes 40% from that. So at the end of the day, I have about 8,000 that I've got.
This year.
Yeah.
8,000. Okay. So let's try to reverse engineer. Like our goal, the goal is $2,000 a month, right?
Yes.
Just for starting.
Just for
This is
starters.
something that when you start seeing this money, you say, hey, holy crap, this is working right now, right? And then we can start adding a little bit, but this is the first goal as soon as possible, right?
I would call that 2,000 is validation for me. It is, I feel at this stage, if I have I've seen $47. If I have if somebody pays me $47, that's validation for me. If I can have two people pay me $47 for something, then I would know that that's validation for me. But 2,000 is the goal to start, but I'm just looking at this stage. I'm so at the bottom, I don't know what you call it, but I'm at the bottom. I'm just looking for validation at this stage. Does it sound reasonable to you?
Absolutely. Now, I try to, let me just bring up the video here. I'm just trying to understand what's the best way to frame the offer, right? Because I think that, like, as I said, I see different options, right? So one option, just because we've been talking about this so far, so $2,000 a month is around $24,000 a year, right?
Yep.
So this is roughly 3 sales, right?
Yeah.
So one sale every 4 months, right? So if we can make one sale every 4 months, we already got to $2,000, right?
Yep.
Now the question is, based on your experience, not based on the results you got so far, based on the availability on the market of buyers and sellers, how likely it is to have 3 sales in a year? More or less, even?
Yeah, I made 3 sales a year.
Okay. So this is good.
It's doable. Yes, it's doable. I had 3 sales. The best year I had 5, and the best. So between 3 and 5 per year is what I did. what I made.
Okay. Okay. So this is doable. Okay. Now, this is something. Let me just do the math with something different, right? Now, if you want to make $2,000, this is 200 products at $100. No, sorry, 200 products at $10, right? 20 at $100, right? Correct? Yeah.
Makes sense, yes.
Okay. So, as you can see, it's not really difficult to see the numbers. We will just try to understand what we have to do to get there, right? Because as we said, we are here to fix problems, right? So people don't buy the anti-ranch because they need to kill animals. They just need to fulfill their dreams, right? They just need to give a reason to their hard work, to all the years that they've spent, right, to make money, to say, hey, mama, look at, hey, dad, look at me, I made it, right? Because for them, correct me if I'm wrong, right? But for them, this is exactly the same as buying a Ferrari for a young kid, right?
Yes, I think
Dad,
so.
look at me now. You see? So this is the problem that we're solving. Now, the bigger the problem, the bigger the paycheck. Now, for people that are making money, if they want to fulfill a dream, of course, big money, big dreams, right? They are not happy because they buy a Seiko, right? $100 Seiko, because they have money. They're happy if they buy a Rolex, if they buy a Lamborghini, if they buy a $300,000 ranch, just to spend their time, right? Because as you said, this is an expensive hobby, right?
Yes.
Okay. So this is one solution that we have, right? So if we do 3 sales, is this. If we do 6 sales, is $48,000, right? So this is one sale every 2 months, right? Or every 60 days. Okay? Now, let's just keep the numbers here, right? We are just brainstorming. I'm not saying that we have to sell this. This helps us to understand how difficult it is in real life, right? Now, let's go back here. 40 at $50, right? So, let's stop here for a second. Let's say that we want to sell something for $40, sorry, $50, meaning $47, right? As you said. Let's pick this for a second, right? So, here is one. Okay. So this is one sale a week, right?
Yep.
Okay. Now, one sale a week. No, sorry.
It's 40.
It's not one sale a week. It's 10 sale a week, right? 10 sales a week because we need to sell 40, right? So this is 4 weeks, 10 sales a week, right? Okay. 10 sales a week meaning $2,000, right? Now, of course, in my opinion, it's easier to make one sale at 2,000 than 40 sales, right?
I agree.
Because, I mean, it's easier to find one to say, listen, I will help you for 3 months, for 2 months, I will do everything. I mean, based on our goal, why do I do this exercise every single time? Because we just have to decide what problem do we want to solve. Why? Because this is based on the money. Because, for example, let's say that I want to create a course on how to save time, right? Let's say, do this, for example, leverage AI, leverage SOP, leverage template and workbook that I give you so that you can save 10 hours a week, right? How much would you pay for this? I don't know, $50, 100? Okay. Let's say that I tell you, I'm an expert in helping real estate agent to save 10 hours a week. We can raise the price here, right? We can say $500. Let's say that I tell you, I'm an expert in helping real estate agent in selling expensive ranches for rich people and save 10 hours a week. You see, we can raise the price to $1,000, $2,000, even more, right? So we just have to understand what's the money that we want to collect and what kind of problem do we want to solve, right? Now, remember this, no leverage. With leverage, right? For example, let's say that you have an email list, Facebook group, YouTube channel, right? You have leverage because a lot of people are watching your videos, are listening to your voice, or they just see what you post, right? Because they're already there. They get your email, yada, yada, yada. So it's easier to make a lot of sales, or at least more than one, when you have leverage. Now, the biggest error that people make is to think that if you don't have leverage, you're done. This is not true. Why? Let's see if you get it. Do you have to be the only one with leverage, or other people
Other
leverage,
people's
right?
leverage.
For example, let's say that this is just an example. As I said, I'm not saying that this will be the offer. This is also just to understand how to find the best offer and how to understand what makes more sense to sell, right, to people. Other people's leverage, for example, other real estate agents, right? Because, for example, let's say that someone else is a real estate agent in Cape Town, right? So it's not in your area, but he sold something to high-level individual, right? Maybe sold an apartment for $1,500,000, right? He has a list of people with money that maybe you don't have, right? So in this case, a great way to work together is doing joint ventures, right? Something like, hey, Mr. John, listen, you're a real estate agent, I'm a real estate agent. It's great to be in the same niche, yada, yada, yada. Listen, I have an idea, right? This is the same strategy that we use, right? You already have your clients. So I'm willing to give you 50% of my commission, 40%, 20%, whatever it is, right? Just to send one email to your people. You send the email, I don't send the email list is yours, right? Or I can do like a small, I created a video showing, I can create monthly videos or weekly videos to show the ranch that I'm selling, and you can sell it to your people. If someone from your email list is interested, happen to buy, you get a commission. You don't have to do sale. I do the sale, I sign the contract, I waste my time. You just have to send one email, right? This is just an example. If you do this, we have leverage. So this is one example, right? Option one. To make, let's say, to sell And wait a second, to make 6 sales, right? So let's make it blue so it's easier to, okay, 6 sales. Okay, so this is just an example. Now, option number 2. As we said, others people leverage. Let's say that we can use Facebook groups or emails, right? From other people, right? Now, the number 1 rule here at Rove is no competition, no competitors. Because of course, if you're selling lands for hunters, for example, and you try to do this with someone that is doing the same thing, it doesn't work, of course. But if you're doing this with people that are selling apartments, commercial properties, or something that is not a direct competitor, this works because you can say, man, listen, I can give you, let's say on average, $6,000 for just an email. Do you want to know how? I can send you a 2 minutes video where I explain everything and you tell me if you like the video or not. Boom. Now this is interesting, right? Because if someone says, well, if I can make $6,000 just sending 1 email, why not? You have my attention, Mr. Grube. Tell me a little bit more, right? So let's stop here for a second. Does this make sense? Like logic standing?
It makes sense. It makes sense. I just want to add I just want to make sure that I'm not thinking of being a estate agent anymore. It's not in my future.
Awesome.
I'm just. Would you like to know why? Because it is my why. It is my why. It is. There's a lot of laws. It's a hell of a lot of legal type work, and I'm not a in South Africa. If I was like a trainee, I mean I'm a full status agent, but I can't operate on my own. I have to have a principal. It's a guy above me, and he takes 40% of my commission. And I just thought, effort. I'm doing all the work. I'm spending all the money on coaches, and now at the end of the day, and I'm not getting value for money for everything I did so far. Effort. I've learned all these things. And there's other people that might want to learn what I've learned, and I just have to go out and find them. Okay, so and that's one of my whys. So I've got a. But thank you.
So this was just to have an understanding of how to create the strategy and the offer, right? Because we can just change the numbers here, right? Because, I mean, we just have to decide what we want to sell. Now, if this is something that we don't want to do, that's fine, right? Let's just use this as a reminder, right? It's interesting to know that we just have to work the numbers to get the money that we want, right? And this is the same thing that we do, me and Blake. Listen, how much money do we want to make this month? 20K? Okay. How many 6FA do we need to sell? 3. How many one-to-one? You see? Once we get to the point, like to the goal, okay, listen, we don't need more one-to-ones. We don't have the time. We want to give the actual one-to-ones quality, help, so we have no space for other people, right? Because with the goal. Now, let's go back here. Now that you told me that you don't want to be a real estate agent anymore, right? I totally get that. Like, if you have to give your commission to other people, if it's a mess, if you have to work for months just to get peanuts, it's not worth our time, right? I totally get that. Now that you told me what you don't want, do you already have an idea of what would you like to sell? or what's the niche or something similar?
Mike, I wish I knew. I thought initially, while I was still an estate, I thought there are other estate agents that might want to know this. But I've spoken to, Keller Williams is an American firm, and I spoke with one of the Keller Williams associates a week ago, and they told me their agents are getting this excellent. They've got mentors and they've got this excellent training program. And I told her I'm in a coaching program with you, and she told me no. Why? What's a waste of money? And why would I wanna? Why they've got their own coaches, and one of the reasons why I thought I want to do is there's 50 million estate agents, and if I go in the sea and I swim with everybody, I'm competing for in a there's a small piece of cake, and everybody's going for the same piece. So I thought, rather than be an estate agent, let the estate agents be my clients. But yeah, I'm not sure what niche I want to go into. I just thought I wanted to show people the power of video. Because what I did in the past is I would make my videos, I post it in my local group. So there in the town where you live in Milan, there's a Facebook group there of where you live, and you post your video with your face where you tell what you do in that group. And then when you go to the coffee, when you go and get a cappuccino or a coffee, people start greeting you and they recognize you. And then they say, "Hey man, Mike, I've got a house that I want to sell. When you're coming around?" This is exactly what I did and what I'd done. And I thought, but you need a lot of time to do it. You must do it. It must be repeated I had to post every single day, a different video, but every single day for weeks and months on end before it started working. So I don't know. If this will help to create an offer or something, but I don't really know. I have no clue. All I know is I learned how to make a mailing list, how to make videos, how to film, hold a camera, how to speak on a camera, how to be confident. That's what I know. The problem is but the challenge is I've shown it to other people. They don't believe. I haven't shown it probably then to enough people, but I know it works. I believe, I know it works because it worked for me. And I've shown there's the people that went with me when I made the videos. There's a guy that went with me, his name is Quibus. He's been with me like at least 80 properties, 80 videos that I made. He sat right next to me, saw exactly what I was doing. He didn't do it. He didn't do nothing. I mean, he's financially stuck. So
yeah, this is the difference between people that are taking action and people that are just watching or consuming.
Actually, Mike, when I'm speaking to you, I feel very passionate about it because you could probably hear. I effing know it works. It's just, how the hell do I get other people to participate and to pay me money to learn it? I feel so strong about it. I would even teach people for free about it. I started, me and my older brother, I started a video cast, like a podcast, just talking about, like I wrote there that I want the idea with Anna, just talking about properties, and I had about 4 episodes, and then I just thought, F it, I don't want to be a estate agent. I don't want to do it. That's why I just stopped it. I lost all my motivation because I thought, If I'm a estate agent, I'm gonna have to go and do all these things, and I have to go and give away 40% of my money to somebody else. So,
Yeah. So listen, I think that this is a great achievement for us because before understanding what we want to do, we must understand what we don't want to do, right? So knowing that we don't want to be the real estate agent anymore, this is already the first achievement we want, right? Now the second one, it's great to see that you're passionate about this, right? So you don't want to be a real estate agent anymore just because of the work behind this, just because it's not economically, let's say, financial sustainable, right? But at the same time, you like the niche, right? Look, you like it because this is where your experience is, right?
it's my experience, and another reason why I don't want an estate agent is because I'm geographically bound. I can't go to where Tommy walk our coach Tommy. I can't go and work in where Tommy lives. I can't. I must physically be right here. I become an expert of my area. But my idea is I want to go to Cape Town, and if I want to go to Cape Town, or like you go between your second home, you can continue working. I just I want to be location independent, and that is, and I don't want to be a estate agent. And I want to use I thought I would like to use my help other people with what I've learned. I just have to go out and find them. It is like way back in the year 2000, 23 years ago, to the day almost. I worked in London. I mean, I got into UK and I worked on farms, shoveling shit, and as a farm worker, farm laborer. And I thought, somewhere out there's a desk with a computer and my name on it. I have to go and find it. It's not going to come to me, and this is how I feel here. It is somewhere out there's probably somebody that wants to learn what I have, or they don't know they need this. I have to go and find them. Something like that.
Yeah, you see, this is amazing because at that time, you never worked for a company in the IT field yet, right?
Yes.
So, you see, even if you had to start, yeah, maybe that was just an episode, right? Because after that, you started working as a real estate agent. But at the same time, you prove to yourself that you can decide what you want to do and you can start doing it, right? As you said, this is something that I love. The opportunity is not going to come to me, right? You have to go take it.
Yes. Also, I want to say I've never worked. I was just a low-level IT guy. Like there's a call log, go and do this. I never learned about systems, about all these. I mean, the highest qualification I ever had in IT was this ITIL. You know ITIL. I did the ITIL exam. That's it. I was a desktop support techie. I got from there straight into basically into selling farms, and I had to learn everything myself. Everything that I've done now, I don't have a mentor or somebody to say to me, go and learn how to make a mailing list. It was like I stumbled upon it by accident. So yeah.
No, I got it. So going back for a second to this thing. So do you think that we identified what we want to do, or you're not sure yet?
Not sure.
Because since we were brainstorming, we know that we don't want to be the real estate agent anymore, but we are pretty okay with working with real estate agent, right?
I'm okay. The reason why I think, okay, let's say I feel comfortable working with estate agents because I've been one myself, and I can speak with authority. I say I've made 340 videos. I made sales about it. Everything I've got there. It feels like if I have to start there, because I feel like, I mean, you know it. I start there, but who knows what opportunities are going to be 6 months or 2 years down the line, because I've started with this um, and got experience, and then something I learned something that led to something else, something else. So yes, I think I think it's a good start from there.
Yeah, yeah. Also because, for example, just to share with you what my experience is, I started as IT. That was my background, my knowledge, right? At some point, because I wanted to be location free, financial free, right? Um, I decided to do something with online, right? Working online. So with sales. And little by little, I started working affiliate marketing first, and then doing the sector, and then closing sales over the phone, and then sales coach, right? So, of course, let's say that I wanted to be sales coach like this, you know, you can't do the leap like this. That's too much, right? It's like I want to be a real estate agent starting from tomorrow. I mean, yeah, I can do something, but can I really get results? I don't think so. But this is why I say, let's try to find something where we can leverage experience, results, uh, your passion, right? So that's why I was thinking that if we can do something with this niche, because this can be, and as you can see, I put a maybe, not a yes, because we didn't take our decision yet.
Yes.
So maybe work with real estate agent, right? Maybe let's put down another one.
I thought about like mortgage people, like mortgage, or what is if you want to buy, you buy a house. It's probably in Italy, in most countries, there are companies. They are independent. They are mortgage advisors. So um, they buyers, they pre-qualify the buyers, and then they do all the paperwork, and then they go and find out which bank has the best offers. Or I thought about uh, I haven't actually worked with, it's a related. And then there's I thought about house building inspector. So before and after before you buy a house, if you're a house owner, property owner, house owner, you sell the property, you have to get a building, a certificate inspection to show that it's there's any defects. I thought about maybe targeting those kind of people, but they are. I'm not sure what prices they even charge for their services, but I thought that could be some sort of they might be. I'm not even. And they work with estate agents, I think, and I'm not even sure if they have the estate agents. They have their preferred building inspector, maybe. Who know? I'm not sure, but that is just you know I would say I would say I was living here in a sort of in a bubble, yeah, where I'm. Because I just had my method that I applied. I made my videos. I showed it to other people. They were not interested, and I just kept doing it. And I spoke the only reason why I know about a housing inspector is because a person who's doing that contacted me, responded to one of my videos, and yeah, so.
Yeah, like what I was thinking is like while we are brainstorming ideas, right? Let me just activate these iPods because it's here now.
Okay.
Because I just want to make sure that you can hear me.
I can hear you 10 out of 10. Hear you clearly.
Okay. So while we are brainstorming ideas, right? we need to mind that we have ideas that maybe sounds great, maybe we like the idea, but we also have to decide if this idea is easy, if it's fast, if it's hard, or if it's slow, right? Because for example, so this is no, because we said that this is easy for you. Well, no, easy and hard because you're not making enough money. And this is low because it's taking too much time to make money, right? Okay. So working with a real estate agent, it's easy, I'd say, because I mean, we can leverage your experience. You're not starting like right now, right? It's not me, Mike, that from tomorrow, hey guys, I'm the real estate agent, yada yada. Because if someone asks me, hey man, listen, what's your experience? Can you please give me a little bit of your background? Hey, yeah, you know, I was in IT, and then I was a salesman, and then I started doing nothing, you know, real estate agent. For you, it's different. Hey man, listen, I sold millions in the South African currency. I dealt with wealthy people that were buying expensive lands, yada, 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 right? So you already have something to leverage, experience, results, and your passion, right? Because I feel that you like it, right? So maybe working with real estate agents, it's easier and faster, right? Then maybe, but you tell me, maybe be the mortgage advisor, right? Because maybe it's a cool idea, but I don't know, do you think it's easy or it's hard?
I think it's hard because I don't really know what they do. The reason for that is because the properties that I were involved, the people were it was all cash buyers. So I never had to speak to a mortgage advisors, and if there were any financing requirements from the buyers, they had private bankers. So they had their own personalized banking. So I never had to even deal with it. There's another niche, I don't know if you want to call it, but that I thought about. It is people fitter outfit pro hunters and outfitters. Those are the people. They, for example, they have their clients coming from the United States, and then they pick them up at the airport. They go with them on hunting trips, take them, have their own accommodation, and then annually, there's in Spain, somewhere in Spain and Germany, and there's in Las Vegas, and there's hunting shows, exhibitions. I know many people that does that kind of thing. They go to the United States for 3 months, and then they go. And I just thought about maybe, yeah, that's it. That's exactly. Those are I mean, dozens of people have that kind of profile photos. I mean, that is very usual for me. That's like I'm there in the north. So yeah, I'm in the Limpopo where it says 360 ounce.
Limpopo.
That's me.
Great. You see, like as you said, if you want to swim in a sea of real estate agents, right, and there is no difference between you and others, why the hell should they pick you instead of others, right?
Exactly. That's what I felt. If in the sea of sameness, how are you going to distinguish yourself?
Yeah, but at the same time, if you are one of the only ones in the world, or at least in Africa, in South Africa, there is an expert not only in hunting, but you also are a former specialist in terms of finding lands where people can hunt, buying, selling it. Like this is something that other people, maybe these people who can hunt, don't have, right? So this is what I mean when I say easy, fast, hard, slow, right? Because mortgage advisor, I'd say that it's hard because this is not really something that you've been doing for years, right? And second, I think that it's pretty slow because it's not something that you can start doing like overnight, right?
Yes.
I think. This understanding, this is interesting. Maybe we can say easy because you know your thing. You live in one of the best places in South Africa to do hunting, so okay, it's easy. Maybe it's slow because you're starting from scratch. I don't know. What do you think?
I would probably my thinking is anything I do from now on. If I do online things, I'm gonna start from zero, from scratch. Um, I'm going from the assumption that I'm gonna have to build an audience from zero. I can maybe send. I thought the mailing list that I have, I could maybe send an email to those people and say in some way, okay, you know me from. I haven't seen the email, by the way. I haven't seen the email like in 4 or 5 months. Um, you know me from the farm video, from the videos. I'm going to do something this. If you would like to stay on, if you don't want to be part of this, just unsubscribe. I thought about that possibility.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I just said,
So,
yeah,
yeah, like I agree with what you say, but I'm not like, as I said from the beginning, Ruben, my goal here is to help you make money, right? So let me tell you something honestly. I like the mindset of now I'm doing something, I'm 100% focused, and I'm willing to start from zero. I get that. I like that. At the same time, why should we start from zero if we have something already, right? Because the thing is, let's say that you decide that you want to work with hunters, right? Maybe you already have hunters in your email list, your Facebook groups, right?
I definitely have. Definitely.
Maybe you already have real estate agents in your groups, right?
I
On your
definitely.
email.
I think I do.
So, yeah. So you see, why should we start from zero and do this low thing again where we already have something going on, right? Because as we said, if we want to make what it is, $2,000, we can just sell to 20 people something for $100, right? And this should not be very difficult, right? We can just do like trying to alternate a little bit this, a little bit that, right? Just for starters, right? Just to validate the idea and say, hey, listen, I offered something to someone and this is working. Also because, Grovet, even if Blake is an expert, I am an expert, right? And you are an expert in your craft, we always have to test what the market wants, right? Because maybe we think that the next offer will be amazing, maybe it's a flop. Maybe you made $15,000 out of the gate like this. Awesome. Maybe you made zero, right? So always be tested. Now, what I'm really interested in doing here is to understand what's the higher chance of helping you to pick the right offer. At the same time, to show you what's the thought process from not offer, I don't know what to sell, to next time I want to sell something, next time I want to create an offer, this is what I can do, right? Make sense so far?
Yes, it does. Yep.
You agree, you disagree?
I agree. I agree. Yes.
Please share it with me.
Yep.
Okay. You see, so always see things like this, right? Is it easier? Is it easy, slow, fast, hard, right? So something that we can leverage is your experience, results, and passion. Right? And this is something that we can do with this. This is something that we can do with this. This is something that can we really do something like this with mortgage advisor?
I don't know. I would rather say no. I think it's something down the line to try.
Yeah, like
Because apparently they
this is something.
also get commission. They work on commission. from the banks. They get paid by the banks.
Because what I was thinking is something like this. Like, let's brainstorm offers, right? Now, brainstorm offers for real estate agents, right? Now, generally, when it comes to offer, you need to sell them something that can help them to save time, make more money, an easier process, right? Faster results, right? This is something that you can sell to them. And you have the experience to do this. Or sell to wealthy people. Right? Because you've been dealing with people that, like, they were not broke people that are buying like a garage, right, for $3,000. They were buying like big lands just because they love killing animals. That's crazy, right? So this is a good selling point for you. Sell to wealthy people. So understand the psychology, well, of wealthy people. Let's not go too granular, otherwise we have too many things, right? Remember, if we have too many options, it gets harder and harder to take a decision, right?
Yes.
So, okay, if we want to think about the real estate agents, we can sell them something to save time, make more money, to have an easier process, faster results, sell to wealthy people, attract more leads, right? Let me ask you this. What would you say is the activity that real estate agents hate to be doing? Something that they really, really hate to be doing.
Something lead generation activities. I would say that is. I think it's difficult for me to say because people are different. They're people, but I would say everybody is looking for leads, of course. It's a broad statement, but it could be. Some people don't like on the computer. I've heard that the most things. They don't like typing things out and doing the actual listings on. I think that is the. I know at least two or three people like that who have said to me that they are BC, before computers. You've heard that. So
because the thing is, for example, for marketers, what they hate to do is cold outreach, right?
yes.
For marketers, they hate to do like sales calls. If it was possible to make money without doing sales calls, all the marketers wanted to say, okay, shut up, take my money.
Can I tell you what's something that really pissed me off when an estate agent is if I'm not sure if it's controllable. It is when you have a buyer and a seller, and they have and you're the estate agent, you're the agent. Your paperwork is not in order. They go and make a deal behind your back, or they say they're not going to buy, and then 6 months later you find out they made a transaction, or you never find out they've got a transaction. I never knew how to fix that, and that's why, because I thought if I was at like Keller Williams, for example, I could learn what systems they have there to prevent that kind of things. But that was really, that costed me, I would say, a crap load of money. I mean, it could be hundreds, it could be $100,000 at least that I've, and for South Africa that's a lot.
Mm-hmm. Well, the reason, okay, let me see if I get it right. So one of the worst thing was when you were like working on a deal and someone else sold it already, or the paperwork was not like correct, so they were
Uh,
not able to sell the property because it was sold already. Is this
they
the case?
could be something like it. My most is that you can't trust anybody. That people are dishonest. They will go out and they'll go and the buyer and seller will go behind my back as a estate agent. They try to, let's say, they try to cut out the estate agent, especially that is dishonesty. Correct. That's the word. Dishonesty was my
Okay.
zero loyalty, and I thought because buyers and sellers have zero loyalty. I mean, I've spent thousands, a lot of money on particular properties from my money, and then they went. I don't want to. You don't want to have the details, but it's really. I felt for all the work, for all the effort that I did, and then the people will go out and they will collude behind my back. I was really. That's one of the reasons why I don't want to be doing it. But I'd rather be selling to an estate agent than being the estate agent. Trust and dishonesty. And uh, people have zero loyalty when it comes to money. Nothing.
Yeah. What would you say was the number one reason they did this? Was it to save money, like to cut you off so that
Yes.
they don't have to pay you the commission?
Yes. Yes. They don't want to pay commission. They try every way possible not to pay commission. Uh, that's what it all boils down to. They all yeah. That's it. All boils down
Yeah,
to
yeah.
all
No,
boils down to
I get
commission.
it. I get it. Like, you see, if we work, this is just an example, if we work with real estate agent, right? All these things are things that we can use to create our offer, right? And to sell our offer, right? So let's say that you have short training, 30 minutes, where you can show them three tricks, three things to do so that they can't cut you off and you don't lose your commissions, you don't waste your time, yada, yada, yada. This is only $300. What would you do? Would you buy it? Yeah, right? So I'm not saying that this will be the offer, right? We are still in brainstorming phase. But the thing is, we just have to find the right pain. This is pretty painful, as you said, because I think you're pretty pissed off. They wasted money and time, right? A lot.
Look, there's a particular guy that I'm so pissed off with. No, I let 2 weeks ago another guy that I got. He he's I found out from the neighbor that he bought the property. Um, so like behind my back and not cut me out from a hell of a lot of commission. Like I could pay 6FA dozens of times over. That's just one example. I mean, I'm so, and then, I met him here. He was here at my coffee establishment next door. But anyway, I'm, I'm pretty pissed off a bit with dishonesty.
Yeah, I get it. I get it. So, the thing is, I think that we have a lot of things that we might want to sell to real estate agents, right? Because if we have something that they don't want to do, and we show them a different way, right? For example, let's take a belief that they have. For example, you told me that they had to be doing the lead generation, right? Okay. In order to do lead generation, I have to cold call. In order to do lead generation, I have to post every single day. In order to do lead generation, I have to print 3,000 brochure and deliver to the front door, whatever it is, right?
You know,
Now,
I just want to pardon, Mike. What I observe is every estate agent does exactly the same thing. They all
exactly.
they all advertise a house. They all got photos of the house, but none of them advertise, from what I could see, for sellers. For because if you're an estate agent, if you want to sell your um, if I want to sell my property, who the hell am I going to call? Everybody looks the same. Everybody advertises. Basically, it's a contest of photos, of pictures, and everybody. So I thought my idea was, my thought was to get agents to do videos and to provide value and to show, to build a list of buyers and sellers, a seller list, because the seller want to go and buy somewhere again, and then 7 years from now, your buyer becomes your seller, so they remember. You have to do videos and stay in the mind of the teach people that kind of things and the habits. That was just one of my ideas that I had, that I was walking around. Just
Yeah.
want to switch
Well,
off the.
listen.
I can still hear you. I can still hear you. I just want to switch
Yeah,
off
no
the.
worries. So what I was thinking is, for example, right? This is something that we can leverage, right, to create an offer, right? Because you told me two things that are super, super, super interesting. One is differentiation. How to differentiate yourself as a real estate agent, right? Basically, this means how to stand out. Because otherwise, you have two options. The Zillow dogfight, where everybody goes sort by just by the price and just by the picture, and that's it. Or you can differentiate yourself so that they trust you. And of course, Grove, let's be honest. Let's say that I want to buy a ranch because I love do hunting, right? And you don't have it, and John Doe has it. Of course, I'm going to buy from John Doe, right? Because you don't have it available. Okay. But the thing is, if we can show people, if we can show real estate agents how to differentiate themselves, how to stand out, right? And how to create the trust factor so that it's the client that see the risk of saving the commission, like saving money, it's a risk too good, too big for them. So they prefer to pay you the commission instead of paying the risk of buying something that is not worth it, or buying something and having to pay something else on down the road. Do you see where I'm going?
Yeah, I've had it in the past with the videos that I've made, where it's happened a couple of times, 3 or 4 times, where the sellers told me they don't want to work with anybody else. They've seen my videos, they want me, and I got a what you call a sole mandate. That is like, if you're an estate agent, that is what you want. You want the sole mandate, and nobody else can sell but you have to have the trust from the seller. You have to go through. So there's a whole process that has to go through, to get the trust, to build trust with the seller, because in most cases, I think a person's house is their most valuable asset, and you have to show them respect and treat them respectful, and show them, and also stand out in a crowd of where all the fishes look the same, in a sea of the sameness. So yeah, that's
Yeah. Also because those are clients tree, right? Because once you get the trust of the head of the family, for example, right? And he trusts you, what happens? If the brother-in-law, his son, his colleague needs to buy something, what does he do? He says,
yes.
guys, I just found one that is amazing. Like, he was able to explain to me how to save money with taxes, or how to save money doing the review, whatever it is.
That's happened to me, and
So generally,
I've had property listings come to me from videos that I haven't posted a video in like 4 or 5 months, and I mean 2 weeks ago I got listings from people who saw my videos. So yeah, I mean and I've had that happen where I've sold the property and people contacted me because I sold their friend's farm land, and now they want me to come and do theirs as well. So, and it's all from video, and yeah. Anyway, saying too much.
so no. Like we need all the details, right? Because this is from this is from real life experience, right? We are not guessing.
I'm not guessing. It's a local talking. It's coming. It's from my mind, from the archives. You could say, appearing from the archives.
So let's try to explore this. Let's try to explore this option, right? So let's say that we want to sell something to real estate agents, right? What could we sell? I would say, let me just write it down, right? And as I said, we are still in the brainstorming stage, right? So I don't care if I'm saying something that is crazy stupid, if I'm saying something that doesn't make any sense, right? Because we are just brainstorming.
Yep.
So, and having said that this is a great pain in the ass of real estate agents, trust, dishonesty, right? Because they lose time and money, right? This is a good selling point, right? Lead gen, of course, because, I mean,
They have to come the listing. Yeah.
When they trust you, they want to check from you first if there is something, and then they want to go somewhere else, right?
Yes.
Now, how can we build that factor, right? Generally is pain, fear, risk, and outcome, right? Now, let's say that you are a real estate agent, right? And I'm the one interested in buying an anti-ranch, for example, or an apartment, commercial property, right? Whatever it is. Let's say that I'm listening to your video, watching your video, and I hear you saying things like the 3 things that you need to check if you don't want to lose your money trying to buy a commercial property. The 2 things that you have to verify if you don't want to be scammed while buying properties in South Africa, right? Or the 3 things that you need to do in order to save money and whatever it is, right? Now, this is just you saying things that might be happening, right? True?
Yes.
Like, this is the pain of doing the wrong thing. This is the pain of losing money. This is the fear of getting scammed, right? This is the risk. So even if they have money, they say, listen, I have 10 options, like 10 real estate agents, but you know what? I don't know each one of them. The only thing that I know is that I remember one strange dude from South Africa explaining the 3 risks of buying a commercial property and what you need to do in order to avoid being scammed, whatever it is, right? So guess what happened? They start looking at you as the only solution, right? So this is something that we can sell to fix the differentiation problem, the trust dishonesty problem, right? And lead generation as well, right? Because when you do this, you become the listing, right? What do you think? Makes sense? Like, of course, you are the expert in real estate things, right?
You know what? What I was also thinking about was in the past, I would have gone and listed any property. You know, if the person I would go and spend a lot of money, driving a hell of a long distance, going listing the property. And I just got the idea a few weeks ago, recently, actually. So rather spend, if I was an estate agent, I just want to work with motivated sellers, and that will give me an sole mandate. If it means I'm selling one property per year, that means I'm gonna drive once. That was just my idea. It's like just like anything with if you don't want to have people wasting your time. My oldest brother, he's a estate agent. He tells us a guy with the name of Martin. He says that's what Martin does. Martin sells 3 or 5 properties per year, and he doesn't go anywhere if he's not going to sell those properties. He doesn't get out of the house, and that's the idea that I had was instead of so that all comes down. There's a long process. It all boils down to the know, like, trust factor. The people that sell them must trust you. If I go and sell them, because 19 out of 20 properties that I've listed were way overpriced. And even if I'm the expert and I tell them your price, this is what your price, this is what it's going to sell for, then and then the property sells for the price that I have, or even less than what than my estimate. But it takes, in the process, in the market that I operated, that's why I say I know 3 years. It's not 3 years. It's not to get going. Is not either to get an online business. I've got 3 years because I know it takes 3 years to sell a farm. But even if I go on day one, I tell the person, your property is worth 300,000 euro. Well, their price is at 500, and your property is going to stay in the market for the next 2 years, and then they, because the property owners, they have no debt on their properties, so they can sit there for years. They don't have a mortgage, so they have.
Yeah, they are not in a rush.
They're not in a rush.
Listen, I know that the value is $300,000. I want to sell it for $600,000. If I have to wait 3 years, for me it's fine. That's the price.
Yes.
So yeah, I get that.
So I hope this helps you.
Yeah. So what I was thinking is this: like, we have a lot of things that we can sell, let's say, to real estate agents, right? If we want to, right? For example, so I think that the best way is, number one, to decide, and by the way, you don't have to marry the idea, right? Because let's say that now we decide together, listen, Mike, all things considered, I think that the best thing to do for me at this point in time is to sell something to real estate agents.
Mike, pardon me, sorry, just my wife standing here. Nadia? Ek gaan nie klaar wees. Ek weet nie. Kan jy asseblief vir Jana die Salina gaan haal? Pardon me, just sorted out collecting the kids from their karate lesson. But thank you.
You were speaking
because otherwise,
yeah.
Does it sound funny to you?
Yeah, sounds like you went drunk.
Yeah.
Like this. Anyway, so I was thinking, I think that the most important thing at this point is to understand where is the higher chance to make money like this from something that you like and you're also an expert in, right? Because as we said, yes, we can do something like mortgage advisor, but at the same time, I mean, it's slow way, right? We have to collect information, penetrate the new industry. I don't know. maybe we can take it right there as a plan B, right?
Yep.
But maybe something that we can do is to sell to a real estate agent. Because what I was thinking is this. If we create an offer where we do something like, are you struggling? This is not the offer yet, right? This is still brainstorming.
Yep.
Are you struggling to attract wealthy people to sell your expensive listing, properties, wherever it is, right? Or just, I don't know, $97. I show you the 3 tricks that allow me to sell consistently 3 high price properties a year. I don't know, right? Or how to sell to the affluent. Real estate agent edition, right? Because, I mean, the way you sell to people with money, it's not the same way you sell to, I don't know, someone that doesn't have $200,000 just to buy a park where he can shoot to fucking animals, right? Totally different things. So, or maybe attract leads on autopilot when they are willing to buy with just that 9 minutes a day. Or you see, this is just brainstorming, right?
Yep.
For just $97, I teach you how to turn leads on autopilot when they're willing to buy, right? Why? Why do I say this? Because they are on YouTube. And people searching for properties on YouTube means that they are in the buying mode, right? That they're sitting on cash, they're looking to buy something, right? So you're just getting the leads at the right moment, right? With just 9 minutes a day. Why? Because you can show them a script that they can use like a framework, intro, explainer, outro, right? Following exact rules. I can help you with this, right? Do you think that a real estate agent will not buy something like this? They will.
I think they would buy it. You know what? I'm always thinking of the guy I work with. He is. I just feel like maybe I'm stuck. That if I have a mindset problem, that's with the guy that with my principal. He is very negative. I mean, he probably makes too much money. I mean, you should actually go on Facebook and check out his because all he does is he just posts photos. He sells shitloads of properties, but he didn't tell me about it. And he's not. I'm looking when I'm looking. I'm probably just looking at one person, but
Where is he? Where is he? Is he in South Africa?
He's in South Africa. We used to work. I sold many properties with him, listings. I mean, we even have a Facebook group together that I own with him, that he posts in every day. I'm a co-owner of the group, and I'm looking at him. I'm just thinking of that. That's probably my mindset problem. Is I'm looking on when I look on Facebook, I see estate agents posting, especially women. They all got this. They all look like they are making millions. They're splashing Um, my dad was my older dad. My dad used to be he used to be an estate agent. He started also with farms, and he said to me once, 9 out of 10 estate agents are dying of hunger. They don't have money to they don't have money to even for gas, for petrol. But when I look at YouTube, everybody, looks like, when I look on Facebook, everybody's got, looks like they're splashing out on, they looks like they've, looks like everybody's doing well. Maybe that's the social media phenomenon. Um, us,
Well, something like, by the way, this is something that we could sell to buyers as well, right? How to buy a property without risking your money, without any down payment, without being scammed, yada, 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 right? For foreigners, let's say that someone from US want to buy a ranch, anti-ranch, right? So he doesn't know the South African rules, for example, right? But by the way, I don't want to get too many options. This is something that we can do, I think, because as you said, the vast majority of them, and I totally agree, they are starving. Like they crave the sale, right? So they are desperate to find the next thing, the easy way, right? The trick, the secret method, the cheat code, right? This is what we sell them, right? And something that we could sell them is how to shoot a video. You're an expert in this. What to say, how to nurture the lead, right? So
that's easy.
email,
Yeah, that would be easy for me.
right? Email sequence, whatever it is, right? How to close them, whatever it is, right? But as I said, we don't have to do the same thing that other people are doing because it's full of real estate agents trainings, right? Courses for real estate agents. So we don't have to do the same thing. Why should they buy something for you if they can buy it from someone else, right? That's why your experience, your story is unique. They can't find this on Udemy. They can't find this on ClickFunnels, right? So this is what I was saying when I said, let's leverage your results, your experience, your passion, right? Because this is something that you have, like you grew big, you have. Other people have different stories, but maybe they don't tell those stories. They never tell it, right? So let's do this, because otherwise, if we spend too much time talking about this, we can stay here like 4 hours and we don't get to the point.
Yep.
So now let's do this. Like I can create a few offers for you, like draft offers, and we can discuss it together to see what's the best one, if you like it, if it's doable, or maybe you can help me to refine the offer. Like I tell you the psychology, but you tell me, yeah, but Mike, it's an amazing offer, but at the same time, real estate agents love to say things in different ways. So, we can create it together. We can combine my experience and your experience. The only piece that is missing is, should we focus in terms of creating the offer? Should we focus on selling to real estate agents, or there is something else? How do you feel about it?
I think
Would
for
you prefer to take
real estate agents, I think one other thing is I'm in a very fortunate position that I'm not financially in the shit. So I've got, I still have to pay the second part, but I have funds
no, no, I get it.
coming
I
in.
get
So I've got
Yeah, you're
time to
not in a
experiment.
rush.
Yeah, I've got time to
You're
experiment and
not in a
try
rush
things. Yeah.
to pay the bills and stuff. Yes, yes. Even if I don't want to wait 1 month to see the money come to you, right? So now we are just putting together the offer. Once we have it, me and Blake, we create the strategy for you. In 2 weeks, I want to see the first sale, right?
I'd
I
love
don't
that.
want like the, right? So no worries. Just trust the process, right? So we both agree that real estate agents is a good first option.
Yes,
As I
because
said,
that is what I had in my mind anyway. So I had, because I thought that's a good start. That's a good start. Um, it's a good start, and then branch out from there once it works.
yeah, because if we create a decent offer, right, we can sell it for 47 or 97, because we can say, listen, I will sell this for 297, but for the next 7 buyers, or for this month, or the selling price, the funding members will be 97, right? So you will save $200, and I will also give you $200 coupon that you can apply for the next purchase if you want to, right? So they say, damn, I'm basically paying something 97, that the value is 297, and I'm also getting $200 coupon for the next time. So I'm actually trading $97 for $497. This is a steal, right? So this is the goal with you, right? If we sell only 5 of these in a week, right, we are good to go, because this is $2,000 a month, right?
Yes.
Now, let's start with selling one, right? And by the way, this is the angle for real estate agents, right? Homework for you, right? I will write this in the chat, because otherwise, if we write too many things here, it's a mess. And I also need a little bit more time to check these details, right? Because I don't want to assume that I know everything, right? But what I want to do is, I want to give you an homework. I will write this in the VIP chat, okay?
In the chat of the document chat.
No, in the Arbit.
Oh no, I'll okay. Oh yeah, I'll yes.
Yeah, and also in the one-to-one document that we have, right? I will send you here. I just updated the document, yada yada, because I will create the offer for you, and we review it before Blake's call, right?
Yes.
Even if we need to open a call again, I don't care. It's on me. You're welcome, right?
Thank you.
The goal is that we start with the offer right away, right? I don't want to wait 2 weeks, 3 weeks. No, we have no time. We need to make money this time, correct, right? As soon as possible. So let me just organize my mind a little bit, because I want to ask you a couple of things first. And then I will create 3 drafts or 2 drafts of the offer, and then we discuss it together. Sounds good?
Sounds good. Yes. Sounds cool. Cool.
Awesome. Let's do this. Do you have any questions?
As I said, I always think about the questions afterwards. No, not at the moment. No.
So, as I said, today was a little bit brainstorming, just to understand what's the bigger picture, right? And today was like roughly 2 hours.
Yes.
But it was super important to me that I really understand what's the starting point, because the more we are clear on what to do next, the faster we go. Yeah?
Yes. Yes, it's like when I started with my if we start with something, if I have an offer or some it's like when I started with video, I didn't know. I wouldn't have said it. I wouldn't have been speaking with you here if I didn't just pick up the camera and started talking on that. So there's a lot of things, good things, that's gonna come.
Yeah, because we can also leverage, like piggyback on the new trend. For example, how to differentiate yourself shooting video without any special equipment, without expensive stuff, without wasting too much time. At the same time, how to save time leveraging AI for real estate agents, right? And I can show you a couple of things as well, right?
I've
So we can put together a good offer that makes sense.
My oldest brother, he's a estate agent, and he does exactly the same thing that I did. And he was it took him a long time, but I got him to make videos. He's now making the kind of videos that I used to make. And I now he's making long form videos. And I said to him, I got him to buy a microphone. He's now using a microphone. Telling stories. And I said, he's now making this long video. I said, why and why he makes his 25 or 35 minute video. I said, my advice to him is go and chop that video into 2 minute parts. And when you go to do a farm listing, go and think ahead of time. What you think with the end, as you always say, I've learned from you, think with the end in mind. Think about where you're going to stand, what you're going to see. Then you make 2 minutes, chop, to make 2 minutes pass. And at the end of the day, in every video, you tell the people, I've got this and that, click here, do this. And I've got the full video coming in 3 weeks or whatever. And then at the end of the day, when all 10 parts to 2 minute parts, then you make one long video from compilation from all that, or the best. I said, but he told, and then he said, but he said to me, but his clients watch the videos. I said, but don't think about what you like. It's what everybody else likes. It's not what I love, it's what everybody else loves. And
because they buy at the end of the day, right?
Exactly, and
with their money, so they have to love it.
Yeah, so I thought that was some of the ideas, but it took a long time for him to get his mind around it. So now it's going to take him probably another few weeks. And I said to him, go and do this, because his competitors are doing the same thing. They also make the cinematic video. Just go and make the chop up videos. It's a lot more work, but also, okay, said enough for now.
No, makes sense. Like what I was thinking is also something that you can start incorporate when you do video, if you ever decide to do video again. And this is something that you can teach to people, right?
I'm definitely going to do video.
Awesome. This is something that relates more with reputation building and authority, right? Because look at the difference. I start shooting a video saying, today I show you this property in Milan. This is a 3-bedroom in a luxury building. This is $1 million, yada, right? Option A. Option B, this is I'm the expert in the most luxurious building in Milan, and I'm the owner of luxuryinmilan.com. Register below so you can download the free ebook of the 3 errors that you have to avoid when you're buying something more expensive, such as a luxury building. Anyway, today I want to show you this apartment, yada yada. Do you see the difference?
Yes.
I'm using my authority. I'm telling you what I do. I'm telling you why I'm different compared to others. And I'm also telling you, go to the luxurymilan.com. So you check my website, you download my free thing, because you see where I'm going?
And then makes it going a mailing list, build a mailing list and all that. Then yeah.
Exactly. I try to do this in every single video as introduction for a year, daily video. You get a lot of leads and people that like you already, because they say, they remember you, by the way, right? Because yeah, he's the strange dude from Italy that is the expert in luxury stuff, right? Why? Because I say it, right? So if we teach these things, these principles to real estate agents, for example, we can show them how to sell to wealthy people, like to the affluent, how to differentiate themselves, how to shoot videos that sell, what to do, how to nurture their audience, right? And this is something that you can do because you've been real estate agent for a long time, 20
10
years,
years, yes.
10 years, yeah. You see? So you're not a newbie, right? It's time to monetize your experience. I already have a good idea, but let me just, think a little bit quietly because otherwise there is too much noise, right? But I think today was a good one. What do you think?
I think so. And I always had, I had this slogan or this thing that I always said in my videos. And people, even people when strangers, they come and say, they come up, hey, is it, I always used to say, wishing you a profitable day. And then people come up to me at my coffee place and say, hey, Javier, wishing you a profitable day. So, or they say, hey, I like the thing that you said at the end of the videos, because, but it was thank you, Mike. It was very insightful.
Awesome, awesome. So let's hop off now. As I said, I will send you something. I will update the coaching file, right, with a couple of questions, right?
Okay.
And then send you a message here in the VIP chat. And then we can schedule the next call, maybe a quick one, just to review the offer, right? Before next week call with Blake.
Cool,
right?
cool.
And we're good to go.
Cool. And I'll see you later this evening.
Yeah, today is Mike and Gourmet time, right? Today.
Okay, cool. Thank you, Mike.
Awesome.
Go and have a water or something now, and I'll see you later tonight. Thank you.
Yeah.
Just get there. Bye bye.